What up, world is Mac? Tell me something slick and make it stick. Yes, sir. I am back with another exciting episode and amazing guest. Yep, this is a real damn name. Before you even ask me, is it really real? I got the lovely Iris Darcel from Detroit in the building with me, but don't ask her no damn directions about Detroit because you might get lost asking her where to go. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Sit tight. We're gonna get in these movies. The woman sing. She got a lot going on, man. So I'm excited. Go get y'all drinks. We got we're gonna be sipping on our little stuff over here. We're back in a second. Cigar Chaps and Matt. Welcome back, everyone. Iris Darcel, how you doing?
I'm okay, hon. How are you?
Thank you for joining me in Cigar Chats. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Y'all, inside joke. She's originally from Detroit, but I was naming some landmarks. Y'all know I'm from Chicago, so I got family in Detroit, so I'm familiar with the terrain. So I'm throwing stuff out of Ira. I ain't been over there yet. We're gonna need you to just get in the car, baby, and drive around your neighborhood.
I know. Yeah. I'm a tourist in my own city sometimes, to be honest. It's insane. But I know where I'm going. I'll get there.
Hey, the woman know where she going, y'all. That's what matters.
Look, I know where not to go and where to go.
Well, that's the most important thing. Where not to go. If you got that, you good.
Okay.
And as long as you know where the good eating spots, we good.
Exactly.
All right, well, good stuff. So you originally grew up on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So going back to the childhood, tell me a little bit about what life was like for you, early Detroit years, formative years. Your mom raised you, pops raised you together. Kind of what was that life like for you?
Okay, so we're going to do the short version. Okay, so born and raised east side of Detroit. My mom raised me single parent. I'm the eldest of 4. Wow. And pretty much grew up in the music field industry, singing, dancing, all of that. I grew up around and in. So my childhood was pretty much nothing but music and church. So I grew up in the church. My great uncle was a pastor. My grandmother was a prophetess. My uncle was the music director in the church. So it's just started from there, really. Started from there. So I grew up around 6 Mile in Gunston when I was like 10. And I want to say from the age of 4 to 10, it was East Warren. So I'm from East Warren in 6 Mile. So that's where I grew up from.
Wow. So a lot of church.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm kind of a church girl a little bit.
hey, them be some fun. Hey, ain't no wrong church girl.
I know what y'all be saying, okay, about church girls, okay? It's not all true, okay? Just a little bit. But however, well, I love the Lord and he loves me.
Exactly. We can all ain't no wrong with blessing each other. Ain't no wrong with that.
Blessing each other, indeed. So yep, that's where it started from, growing up in the church and the choir. And school, I would say I started playing violin in elementary. So I did it maybe for like a year. So that's pretty much the only instrument I do know how to play a little bit, but I haven't really indulged in it in a while. But other than that, it's just fully singing and writing songs. That's what I've been doing for over 20 years now.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you really can play the violin?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Iris Darcel. You know, your name is Iris. You gotta be a true damn violin. That's an instrument for a woman.
It's been a minute actually, but yep, I do know how to play it. So that's the only instrument though I can play. Although I try to teach myself how to play piano, it's just some things you just cannot multitask. And one of those things is piano for me. So I can't, I've always tried to do both, like try to sing and try to teach myself the piano, but it hasn't really resonated with me like that. So unfortunately that bug didn't hit me. So
Actually, fun fact about me, I actually learned to play the piano when I was a kid.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
That's something about playing that piano. It's just
man. It's smooth. I love
we
piano.
need you. That's the melody.
Yeah. Y'all heard that? She needs me.
Indeed.
Okay, so we got that. So we get to high school. So it's let's just get to high school. So Iris Darcel in high school. Was you like in the band? You were doing something music. What was you doing in high school?
Yeah, in high school I was bad. I was bad.
No,
I was a bad girl.
No, not Jesus' little niece. I don't want to
Yes,
hear about this.
like for real. Like yes, I was. Unfortunately, I was bad. Okay, so in high school, I was in a gang, and I was a tomboy, so I hung around a lot with the fellas. I hung around with the fellas a lot, and I learned a lot from them. And my homegirls too, but yeah, I was a tom girl in high school. So for the most part, people in high school really didn't know my vocal ability. I did have choir to choir. Okay. I was singing, but they didn't know my vocal ability when I went to Osborne. So Osborne was my first high school.
So we did multiple high schools.
So Osborne was my first high school. And when I was at Osborne, for the most part, I was in choir, and I was pretty much known for dancing and rapping at that time. So we had a little dance group back then. And so the dance group was incorporated with being in the gang. So I was 6 Mile, Freakazoids. That was our little gang back then. So we was thugs, like we was gangsters and dancing and everything.
Y'all was you was gang banging and dancing at the same time.
Yeah, so for the most part, the gang banging really came with the guys. The fellas, they protected the females, obviously, but the females, we held our own. I honestly didn't have many fights. Anytime I was in fights, it was because I was helping one of my friends.
Somebody, yeah, I can see that.
That's just me. I was pretty much the peacemaker back then. So it was like, okay. I was cool with everybody, but I'm on this side of the field and on the other side of the field, like, we don't like this person. And I'm just like, so I always was in between and always try to be the peacemaker. But so I was just rapping, for the most part, rapping and dancing when I was in Osborne. And then I got kicked out of Osborne due to some fighting situations, which, again, I had nothing to do with. It was a he say, she say type of situation. And I was really cool with the principal at the time. And he just was like, you know what, Iris, like, you're a good kid. Like, I don't know what to do with you. I'm tired of you being in my office, but I'm going to give you opportunity. Which school do you want to go to? But you got to go somewhere. You can't stay here. And I was just like, okay, what options do I have? And he was like, okay, you can go to Kettering, you can go to Finney, or you can go to Persian. And I knew I had friends in both of those schools. So I decided to go to Persian because it was kind of close to where I live still. So I went to Persian, and I did had drama class, acting class there. And then I was singing more so there. So when I got to Persian, I really got into, my music there. So they would know me more from Persian with the singing and the acting there.
So we put the game banging down at Persian, and we started. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? It wasn't no problem. See, the thing was, Osborne was like right up the street from where I lived, and that whole hood was, was gang banging. So I was a part of that. So all of my friends went to Osborne, so I couldn't, be like really focused in school for real. It was just like I had to be cool. I had to do this. I had all the peer pressure stuff I had to attend to. I had no choice. So I couldn't really indulged in the things that I really was passionate about at that time in that school. So it was just like skipping school, we fighting, we thugging out, we just wilding out in Osborne. So when I got to Persian, it was just like, okay, many of my friends from the hood wasn't there. It was just like a outlet. Like, okay, I can finally get into what I'm passionate about and kind of focus a little bit more on school here. So that's what Persian was for me.
No wonder why that Iris don't go around the hood no more. Iris said the hell with all that shit. She's like, no, I don't know none of that. Never know. I have forgot all of that, Mac.
No, but like I get love from everybody. Like I've always there's nowhere that I can go that there's no love being showed. So so no old beefs left or anything
no
like that.
I about ain't nobody, ain't nobody gonna see this damn video and DM me and be like, hey, tell her it's
No.
still on.
No, unfortunately, some of those people, yeah, they're no longer here. God rest their soul. However, I didn't have nothing to do with that. But what I'm saying is, all of my beefs was not really beef for me at that time. It was just me being a part of a gang and just being loyal to my people. You fight one, you fight all of us. That's how I was raised and we was brought up. So that's what that was about.
Translation: leave Iris the hell alone. She's still plugged in. I'm just gonna translate that for y'all. Know what she's saying? Don't fuck with me. Iris didn't curse. I'm cursing for her. Don't fuck with her. She's still connected. Leave her alone. Okay, Iris, moving on.
Facts. Look.
Hey, I'm from Chicago. I'm swift with the gift. I know what you're saying, baby. Okay. So we gonna stay in Persia, y'all. We gonna leave the hood for a while. Me and Iris gonna go back. We're in Persia now. Okay, so we're in Persia. You're doing your arts thing. Did you stop rapping or did you keep rapping? No more rapping.
I stopped rapping. When I got to Persian and I got to drama acting class, it was just like, it was more so me being connected in that and learning the arts of acting and singing. It was just like, oh, like I found a group of girls who was singing. It was just like, oh, I can really show what I really got here. So I really had some good times at Persian. I really did. I was really able to release all of my musical gifts there. So yeah. So the rapping it kind of stopped. It really did. It stopped because I was writing raps and everything when I was in Osborne. So when I got the Persian, it was just like, oh, okay, a little softer side of me, Okay, let's do this. Let's get into singing for real here. So that's what that was.
All right. So we graduated high school. We like, all right, you know what? I didn't calm down. I didn't kind of put a little distance from the hood. I still love y'all. I'm moving on, transitioning. Did we go to college?
We did. We went to community college.
We didn't go to Wayne State, did we? Didn't go to Wayne, did we?
We did. We're not Wayne State. We went to first because I went to a few of them. Okay.
I just love Iris. Iris is all about variety, y'all. She gonna go couple school, high schools, couple colleges.
So the first because I didn't go to college right after I graduated, so it took a few years, and then it was like one of my close cousins, she went to college, and she was the smart one, if you will, and she just was like, you should just go, if you don't like it, then you don't like it, but at least have that experience, at least just go. So I said, you know what, you're right. So I registered to Wayne Community College, the Northern campus, and I studied for corrections. Now, when I went to study for corrections, I was under the impression that if I major in that, because I wanted to become a counselor for like bad kids because I was one of the bad kids, right? So I wanted to my focus is like I really want to be a counselor. I really want to talk to the kids that are labeled bad because I was them, and everyone thought that I was bad when it wasn't that. I was just going through some things and teenager stuff and just home things, and that kind of gave me a label of being a bad kid, but I really wasn't. I was just being misguided and I needed guidance at the time. So I wanted to do that. And when I majored in corrections and I was getting into the classes, it wasn't going into that field right away. It was more so leading into being a police officer. And I'm like, I don't want to be a police officer. I want to be a counselor. So, I talked to the counselor at the school and they was like, well, yeah, these classes you have to take. And then, then it'll go further into what you're trying to do. But I'm like, okay. So I lost interest and I dropped out. And then years on, about maybe a few more years later, I went again. I went to Macomb Community College, and what did I major in at that time? Oh, I ended up doing Homeland Security. Now, how I end up
Now wait a minute, Iris. Now hold on. Now, wait a minute. Now we done went from thugging to Homeland damn security, Iris Darcel.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, because at the time I was getting a lot of security jobs. And for me it's easy money. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't want to do any hard labor. So I felt like we'll do
You were
security. And
doing
so I'm like,
you was doing
so I'm
security.
like, okay, huh?
You was
Yeah,
doing
of
security.
course. Yes. so, and I, other, the fast food joints, wasn't for me. I couldn't. I'm. It's crazy that people always say that I'm a people person, which I kind of am. But when it comes to the actual work field of being a people person, I can't, because I can't deal with people moods and attitudes like I've been a snap. So I can't be a waitress. I cannot be a hostess. I can't do none of that, because I'm going to say something back if you say or disrespect me. So security was the jobs that I've kind of been through, back and forth, also with telemarketing, stuff like that. So when
Right.
I went to Macomb, I was like, okay, well, let me, see if I can get a degree in this, since I'm always doing security. So I went for Homeland Security, and then I just kind of like, I don't know. I don't, this is so, and then at the time, actually, I probably would have continued, but at the time I was getting ready to get married too. So that kind of took my focus a little bit, and we were actually moving out of state at
Wow.
that time. So it was kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'll come back to this later. So that's how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right, Iris. That's all right. So, okay. So now singing, let's get back to your passion, the singing.
Mhm.
Now that the people got an understanding of who you, because the reason why I asked, because everybody has a story. And I
Mhm.
wanted people to hear that here you was, yeah, you grew up in the church, but you wasn't no saint. And you know what I mean?
Not
Not,
by far.
not at all. Not at all. It was about all the action. And, but you went a little astray, but you came
Mhm.
back, you on path. And so we're going on. Now, singing. Tell me about, like, kind of what was your big foray into singing and saying, I'm gonna really do this shit full time. I'm gonna really put my heart into singing, into
Wow. That's a good
acting.
question, because the journey has been a long one.
I feel.
And
I
it's just
feel.
due to life events, and
Preach.
like I said, growing up in the music industry from who I'm related to, and I've been singing back up for her for a long time, and it was just came to a point where it was just like, I need to really like do a solo thing. I need to do me, and I was trying to do that, but it was just a slow process. And knowing all the people that I know, music wise, it was just like, okay, I got you. But then they were doing their own thing, and the time was just never the right time to get my thing
Come
together.
on.
It was
Come on.
always a delay, and if it
Come on.
wasn't, me reaching out to get things done, then like I said, it was life events that happened in my life where it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep this on pause right now. We'll come back to that. And then it's like, well, should I do this or should I not? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this is not for me. And then God will come back into me like, no, this is for you. That's why I gave
Come
you
on.
this gift. If it wasn't for you, you wouldn't have had the gift, and you wouldn't be waking up every day singing and writing if this is not something that you were supposed to
Come
do that I
on.
want you to do.
Come on.
So I just started really listening to God, and it's like, you know what, okay, so I'm just gonna just continue to get my voice out there, and I'm just gonna keep singing, whether it's karaoke bars or open mics. I'm just getting out there and just do me. And for the most part, a lot of people know me from singing with my aunt. However, I wanted people to know who I was,
That's right.
and that it's me.
That's right.
And so with that, I just kept going. And this year will be the year
Come
that
on.
you will be seeing more of Iris Darcel out here doing her music thing. It's like I said,
Come
it's
on.
been a long time coming, but baby, we here. We
Come
are
on now.
here.
Come on now.
We got the right people, we got the right vibes, we got the right people that's willing, and they're ready, and they're not procrastinating. Because a lot of people, they talk the talk but don't walk the walk, right?
Come on.
So it's like, when you know what you want and you're very passionate about it, you want to have those same people around you that's passionate about what they do. And it's not just about the money. Of course, we all want to get paid, right? It's a blessing to be able to be, get paid for what you do. However, if it has to be inside of you. It has to be something that you enjoy doing and that you love to do, where the money is going to come to you regardless, right? So I had to connect myself with those type of people who's been there, done that. And it's like, yeah, okay, money is cool, but I'm not pressed. I really just want to make good music with a good singer and who's, that's dedicated and passionate. I'm with you. And it took me a minute to have those people to come in my life, and that's on board. So I'm happy to say that is happening now, with my band. So it's gonna be some
Iris
things.
got a band now.
So,
y'all heard Iris plug that band?
So actually, this is what they call this, world news or whatever, news alert, because no one knows.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
Iris got a band.
So you are the first to know as well. Well, the world now. I do have a band now, Iris Darcel and the Vibe Band. And so, so we're going to be doing some things, and I'm just ready, looking forward to, just making good music and bringing that R&B feel back to the world, like, because I'm old school, and I just think that the music just kind of shift a little bit. It shift from the love of it all. I kind of think that's one of the reasons why this generation is kind of bad with relationships and things of that nature, because what they're listening to, it's all about, who we gonna be sleeping with next, or twerking this and pop this and pop that. And it's just like, okay, but I grew up in the 80s where it was about love, and and it was just a more deeper connection in music, and that's what I want to bring back, and that's what I'm going to do. So yeah.
Wow, that's dope. Iris Darcel and the Vibe, man. Are y'all ready for that? Man, the Vibe. That was an exclusive on Cigar Chats with Mac. Wow.
Okay. Yep, you're the first to know.
Breaking news here, baby. Yeah. Okay, so, but that's a lot you said a lot of amazing stuff, and I kind of just want to take a moment. You said, hey, it's been a long time coming. You didn't give up. You could have got frustrated. You could have got.
I did.
You did. I get it. I've been there. Mm-hmm. But I love the thing that you said. The more important thing, you kept talking to God, and He kept telling you, more importantly, hey, if I'm waking you up and you still singing, and I gave you the gift, you can't tell me it's over if I gave you the gift.
Exactly.
I gave you the gift. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna use the gift I gave you.
Exactly. Like, God, I don't even want this gift no more. Like, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How does it work?
And it was so funny that you mentioned that too, because when I was in that mindset where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna just stick to, just doing the backup for my aunt, and just, whatever, do little features here and there. I'm not even about to take this serious no more. Like, it's just whatever. I just kind of lost interest for a minute. Right. And then it was like I began to start getting calls from different people like, hey, I was wondering, would you be able to sing at this person's funeral? Mm-hmm. And at first, I'm not even gonna lie, I got a little offended, right? Because I'm like, for me, I'm like, you want me to sing at a funeral? I don't know. That's my mind sometimes. So I was just like, I don't know about that. But then I did it for a couple of friends, because I'm like, if you're my friend, I'm just loyal like that. I'm gonna be there for you, right? So I'm like, okay, despite whatever I may be feeling about singing at funerals, because of course it's emotional, that's period. So I'm just like, do I really want to do it? But you know what? I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna sing. And it's like, once people heard me, it was like, after the funeral, they was coming up to me like, hey, you got a number, you got a card, you got something, boo, boo, boo. And then it started to be like, I will get more gigs, if you will, to sing at people's funerals. And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what is that becoming a funeral singer? Like, I don't know what this is. But then God came to me and He said, you have a healing in your voice, and people need to hear that in their time of comfort. So this is why I'm having people come to you, because they need to hear that comfort, and you have that healing in your voice. And I didn't understand that. And then once, like I said, God told me, and then someone else told me physically, like, you know what, yeah, like you have something in your voice. It's just like, thank you for, I needed to hear that song at that time. I lost my mother, I lost my brother, blah, 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 blah. Like, and that song touched me and it got me through. And those testimonies is one of the best, gift that I could get from someone, to let me know that my voice affected them in a way where it brought them somewhat of healing and comfort to move forward in another day, to get kind of not get past it, but like to help them cope with things. It just made me feel good. And then that was like very strong confirmation then, like, this is what you're supposed to be doing, period. You're supposed to sing. So whatever else you had in your mind, yes, okay, don't think about how long it's going to be, how long it's been, just accept the journey and know that it ain't over yet.
Come on now.
So
come on, Iris, take them to Bible study tonight. They need to go. They need to go.
So so that's why I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get out here and do what it do.
But you know what though? That's special because God gave you like a built-in fan base, because ain't nobody gonna forget who made them feel bad in their time of hurt. And you might go see somebody sing in the lounge and forget who the hell that was. Man, I forgot that lady. You ain't gonna never forget who made you feel good at a funeral.
Right.
And so if you think about it, it's deep, because God took death to birth your gift again. That's a heavy thing to think about it. He used somebody else's demise to bring your life, your singing back, and birth your singing. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Wow.
You better come on.
Hey, grandmama took me to vacation Bible school too now. Grandmama took me to vacation Bible school 2 hours. I went to church a little bit.
Oh my God. Oh, that touched me right there. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
That's real. Now, I want to talk about this R&B music, because I'm born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, 90s, and we grew up in a time where, you're right, it was a connection. I mean, hey, we wasn't saints. We did everything they doing now, but damn, I mean, it was a feeling. It was a connection. It was love. It was It wasn't up, hey, I'm about to shoot this nigga in the head, and I'm about to go over here and smash Shorty. Wait, that's the same sentence, man.
It was not. It was not. The music back then was so healing, and so many different situations. It's like you could find a song that you could relate to today, when however you feeling, you can go back like, oh, I remember this song, and you'll listen to it and it make you feel good again, like, you know what, I can get through this, or with breakups or whatever you may be going through, you can pull a song from back in the day, will get you through. Now today, I can't. Now, don't get me wrong, they got some songs that got some nice little beats. I'll be like, all right, cool, I like this, it's cute. But
they good for the gym hours. I like them in the gym.
Other than that, it's like I can't do rap every day. I'm sorry. For me, when I do listen to rap, it's old school rap. I'm the Busta Rhymes. I'm the Tribe Called Quest. I'm that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I can Spice One sometimes, but at the end of the day, I can't do all that rap. It don't connect with me for real, and it kind of puts you in a mindset where you just so hype and just on girl, I'm like, I don't girl. And it's like, no, okay, that's enough. Okay, let me go back to my R&B, and let me go to my song list, and let me get my mind and my spirit right. Because it's just like the music today is just it doesn't have any substance to it anymore. It doesn't have any deep connection anymore. It's just I can't even think of a word. It's just like it's pointless. There's no real meaning to anything today to really make you think and resonate to. It's not. It's just a bunch of rah rah rah, and it's like, what are we doing? What are we teaching our kids today? As far as, especially with the women, our young women, it's like, it's so sad to see. No one's perfect. Don't get me wrong. We all have our fun. We do our little twerking and all that stuff, but it's just and this generation, everything is online, and it's like if you have children, you want your kids to see you twerking, you want to see your kids to see your booty out and your titties out, and the guy slapping you in your booty and all. Like, is this what you're teaching your kids that is okay to do? And it's just like, it's not about you anymore, if you, even with, with siblings, it's not about you. So what are you representing when you're doing these things? What are you putting out there? And it's just like, it's very sad to see in our community, really in our community, is that they think that it's cute, that it's okay. And it's not. It's not, especially when you see your 4-year-old niece twerking, talking about let the booty breathe or whatever they be singing. I don't know. But I don't know nothing about what's the girl name? Bend the booty over and let the. I'm like,
Sexy Red? Is it Sexy Red?
Yeah. And I'm like, what is this? Is what y'all playing on the radio? This is what y'all like letting y'all kids listen to? And they just like, I mean, I understand the beat is cute. I get it. But come on, man. We got to do better. We have to do better as a community, as Black women. We have to do better. But it just, hey, it is what it is. And all you can do is try to, steer right and try to, teach and try to motivate people to do more positive things in their songs. Sing about something, rap about something else. So much other things that they could rap about than about popping their asses. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just like, no, I can't. I want to change I want to change the narrative of that with my music. Like, we're gonna have fun, y'all gonna dance, but there's gonna be it's gonna be meaningful. It's gonna be something that you're gonna think about, like, dang, like, I want to make you think. I want to stimulate your mind and your body at the same time, not just your body, because you need to know what am I dancing for? Why am I dancing like this? What is the meaning of this? So that's just me, though. I'm a little deep person. I'm a Virgo. Can't help it.
I'm a Virgo too, Iris. August 30th. I'm a Virgo too.
You lying. See, I knew it. I knew it was there. I knew it was
there. August 30th. Yes, ma'am. All right, y'all. Yeah, so Iris, I am a Virgo. August 30th.
We got too deep.
Man, Iris, so Virgo to Virgo. So, we deep thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes too damn thick. We be thinking about shit 5-10 years ahead of everybody else.
Exactly.
I be like, damn, nigga, why you in 2030 already? Nigga, I just be.
Exactly.
All right, Iris. So, from a woman's standpoint, educated, but you well-rounded. As we know, you was out there. You was out there on the concrete. From the church to the concrete. Iris Darcel got you covered, baby.
Yeah, indeed.
Why? Yeah, from the concrete to the church. That might be the album cover. I mean, the name of the album, from the concrete to the church. Anyway, and I want my credit if it do. But no, seriously. Iris, my question to you, where did we go wrong? And I know this is getting a little bit off of music, if you don't mind, but I would love an intelligent woman's opinion. In our community, where did the women go wrong? How did we get from women such as yourself? Because all I have is boys. I raised 3 boys. I don't have girls. So I raised my sons. I don't know, but how did we get from our women like y'all to what we got now? In your opinion, and if you could even explain it. I don't even know if you can explain this shit.
Respectfully.
Well, however you need to say it, I'll get it off your chest. Say it out. Say it out.
I think that it comes from not having real motherly leadership in the home.
Come on, Iris.
I think that it depends. It starts at home. It starts at home. And growing up, I had my grandmother. I had aunts.
Come on now.
We had the church aunts, the church people. So I had a lot of well-rounded, mature, classy, smart women that were in my life. And anytime that I thought that I was, doing anything that was, it was too grown, as they will put it out, you being too grown, whatever, they'll stop me in my tracks and be like, no, you don't do that. You cross your legs, you don't do this, you don't do that. I was taught growing up what to do and what not to do. And I believe that that is partial the reason why this
Ooh,
generation is kind of going like they don't have no direction because they wasn't taught direction.
come on
They
now.
were just kind of like, maybe a little pat on the hand, if you will, but not really being held accountable for their actions. And that's probably because their parents wasn't, held accountable for their actions. So it starts at home. And I'm
Come
not
on.
going to sit up here and say that it's because, um, a lot of homes don't have, the male figure in the home. That
Okay.
has a little bit to do with it, but again, my mother was a single parent. My dad was in and out, barely, so my
Come
mom
on
was
now.
my mom and my father. And I'm not trying to, what you call it, toot my own horn, but I think I turned out damn good.
You
And
damn
she did,
right.
and I think she did a wonderful job being a single parent of four,
Good
and
job, man.
working two jobs and singing back up and for my aunt as well, and just and being a mother, to a kid who was spoiled as hell. I was very spoiled. I was the only child for 8 years. So from for that, I was like, I got everything. I got double everything. And for her to just teach me, about God at a young age,
Come on.
about being appreciative of things, and just a lot of those things that she taught me, made me who the woman I am today. And I feel like if that was more in depth in the home in this
Mm.
generation, I think a lot of the girls, a lot of the women now would be presented in a better way. They wouldn't be showing their asses all the time. They wouldn't, because it's just like, why are we doing this? What are we for attention?
Mm.
And it's like, what attention do you actually need? Do you realize the attention that you're attracting by doing these things? Is this really the attention that you're really looking for? Because you're going to get it, but it may not be the attention you're looking for or
Definitely.
expected to have. So I think that's what it is. I think that if we had um more of those old school, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily old school, just people that actually cared, women who actually cared and wanted to just teach, the youth, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to dress like that and to get them in, or you don't have to do this to get to that point A to B, and getting things quicker. It may seem like it's cool, but you want to appreciate things more by working hard.
Come on.
It may take a long time, but when you get there, baby, you're gonna enjoy
Woo!
it so much better because you ain't
Preach.
have to ask nobody for nothing. You ain't had to borrow or none of that. It's gonna be like, I did this on my own. It took me a minute, but I'm here. And
Come on
I
now.
just feel like if we had more of those instilled in the children of this generation, it will be so much better. But we don't, unfortunately, because a lot of the grandmothers and all the greats and those the matriarchs that had all of those good stories and good things to help young women become great women, they're no longer here anymore. So it's like, who's left to teach this generation right from wrong and how to actually be a woman or be a young lady, how to act like a young lady. A lot of them don't know mannerisms at all. They wasn't taught that.
Woo!
They was taught how to twerk and
Preach.
how to get a few couple of dollars. I don't know,
Preach.
but it's crazy.
Iris, you said a lot.
and and it's unfortunate, and it's just like, what do one do? What can we do to do better? And it's just like, mentor some to the youth. A lot of people don't want to take responsibility for other people's kids, or just take responsibility of just being a good person to someone. A lot of people don't like, having other responsibility other than themselves. A lot of people are very selfish,
Come on now.
and
That's it.
they don't want to give good knowledge when it's needed. And I feel like if we had more people that was in that headspace and had that heart, you know, um, to do certain things like that, we would be so much better with the community. with the women of this generation because it has gone down. Like
Crazy.
I, I've never seen nothing like this before.
Nigga,
And I just be like, y'all, and the thing is, they think it's cute. Like, I don't know who told them it was cute. Y'all the ones, not y'all, but you in general. But some men that's encouraging this. Like, yeah, but it's like, no. I mean, that's cute. Like, if it wasn't being seen, it's like this is something that we're doing inside of our house. And, you want me to dance for you, baby, or whatever. I'll twerk for you, but not when this is just. It's gotten so bad from the people in the music industry, and they think it's okay, to be twerking. I get it. I got a college degree, but I want to twerk my ass. What are you really saying?
Come on.
What are you really saying? You're smart. You're that smart that you got a college degree, but you're not smart enough not to show your ass to the world. Make that make sense? So it's just like, let me stop.
Nah. I wanted you to say that because they need to hear a woman explain it. All right, let me just go back. And you said something. Let's go back because that's so much good stuff to unpack. I just want to say this. Sorry ass niggas and daddies ain't nothing new. Daddies wasn't there when we was growing up. Didn't nobody on my block on 79th and Morgan, South Side of Chicago, had their daddy in the home, but I think one of my partners. Now, I knew my father. He had another family on the other side of town. I did go visit him on the weekends. I'm never going to discredit him. But my great-grandmother raised me. The women of that day demanded respect.
Okay.
They took you to church. Hey, like you said, I remember them telling little girls, hey, close your legs. Don't sit like I remember that. I remember me getting popped on my head for being fat or being mannish. And know that little hey, what you know about the word mannish? You ain't heard mannish in a long time.
I know, a long time. That's old school for real.
Stop being mannish. But Iris, I want to say you nailed it. But here's the thing: you said something that was so deep. Nobody cares about other people's kids, but I'm gonna add to that. Until that somebody else's kid bothers you and becomes a problem in your neighborhood, and you could have helped that kid. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, that kid breaking your house one day. That kid do something wrong to you, and then you saying, "Well, then, man, what? You know what? Remember, you was too busy to catch him when you could."
Yep. Stop them when they always say like you gotta and it's in the Bible too. You're supposed to teach them when they're young because you can't expect to start raising a kid when they become an adolescent. They're 15. It's like, oh, now I want to teach you. Don't do that. No, you should have been doing that from the very beginning. As soon as they was rolling their eyes or telling you stop, and no, you should have been popping the mouth or popping them in the hands. And that's another thing because how the government just set it all up, like we can't even beat the kids no more. We used to get beat. I used to get beat. Okay, I knew better. I knew not to smack my lips or roll my eyes at my mama. If I did, I know that my forehead will be on the floor somewhere. Period. But then when they came up with, okay, you can't hit your kids law. And this you got me going back. Okay, I'm gonna say this is one thing. You getting all the good.
Okay,
this supposed to be in my book.
What? See, this gonna make everybody want to read the damn book.
So listen, there was an incident when I was young, and I never forget it because I told you I was spoiled and I was bad. Okay. My mom, she had she had one of those like the little leashes for kids. You remember the little dog leashes? They had dog leashes for kids, okay? My mama had a dog leash for me when I was a kid. I think I might have been, I could have been maybe 6 or 7. I'm guessing around 6 or 7. I don't think I quite was 8 yet. But she got the thing where it was connected to her and it was wrapped around me. So we would go to the mall and stuff, and because I used to like to wander around, like my patience, like I had to go. I got bored quick, and I didn't want to sit there and wait for her shop. So I'd be all in the clothes and sitting in the clothes on the floor like I was that kid and everything. And so my mom, like, so I wouldn't get lost. She had the little leash thing. So anytime we will go somewhere, she'll have that. So there was an incident where we went, I think we were like at Toys R Us or something like that. And I wanted a toy, if I can recall. It was something that I wanted really bad. And I got in my little bratty mode about it. And my mom turned around and was like, if you don't stop, I'm going to pop you.
Yep.
And I just looked at her and I had my little, whatever. And she like hit me on my hand, like, okay, now I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Yeah, that's it. Keep
Because
on.
I already told you no. I told you no, and you're gonna sit up here and start pouting and fussing. Now I'm gonna give you something to cry about. So she popped me. So when she popped me, it was white people that was like, because we was in line, and there was white people on the side of us and stuff like that. And one of the ladies had turned around to my mom and was like, "You you can't hit her," or something of that nature. Like, that's against the law or something like that. All I remember is that part and my mama and her face and how I can't remember if she even said anything else to her. I just remember her face, how pissed she looked, and she got me out the store and was fussing like, "Don't tell me about putting, beat my child. You my child." She was going, I was like, And then as I got a little bit older to understand what was going on, it was like, oh, there's a child law where your parents can't put their hands on you; they can go to jail. So once I heard that, at this time, I think I was like, 13, 14? I'm like, yeah, mom, put your hands on me. I'm calling police on you. And she's like, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. I brought you in. I will take you out. And that's that. So that from going from that point to now, that's another reason why the kids are like they are today, because they have they got the law on their side. Ain't no more kicking ass. Ain't no more. It's like, okay, now you want a punishment. Okay, so how do you chastise or what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but how do you pretty much train your child or lead them in the right way? How do you I can't think of the word. It's on the tip of my tongue, but
raise them, guide them, either way.
yeah, how do you raise your child? How do you guide them when they're doing something wrong? Because how we was brought up, it was like, you do something wrong, and yeah, you want to punish me, but you got to get not before you get this butt whooping, so that you can remember not to do that again. So since the whooping parts has been taken away, it's like, oh, go to your room. Okay. Or take some things away. So I'm gonna take your phone away. I'm gonna do that. Okay, that works here and there, but then it's like that's not really helping the child understand what they did. It's like you have to go in a little more in depth of when they do something wrong. And it's like now it's just like, okay, you do it, and then we have to deal with it, accordingly. It's a lot of that has changed for this generation, and that's why it's like they don't listen. They don't listen, and they're finding out the hard way, unfortunately. And we're losing a lot of our youth because they wasn't raised correctly. They wasn't taught, like, if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. So it's unfortunate, but I just feel like if we can just try to be somewhat of a mentor to some of the kids that that we do see, if we don't have our own or whatever, just you just lend some type of good advice. If you see a kid or they out here with some short booty shorts on, whatever, pull it to the side, baby. You ain't gotta do all that. Like, you beautiful just the way you are, but you don't want to attract that type. Just and sometimes they might be rude. They might not want to hear, "Oh yeah, my mama." Cool, you're right. I'm not your mama, baby. I'm not. But you're so beautiful. You don't need to. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Trust me, you're gonna get just as many boys as you want without dressing like that. And at least they'll remember, like, this lady, I didn't even know this lady, but she came to me humbly and respectfully. And even though I was probably rude as hell, but I'll never forget this lady telling me I need to dress like that. So when they get older, they can be like, you know what, she right. I didn't have to do it, because somebody just got raped. You know what I'm saying? For having something that I had on. So I appreciate that lady that came to me and told me that, sweetheart, you don't have to do that. So I feel like if we stop being scared to approach these kids today, they gonna have their attitudes, because you just never know. There's no such thing as a bad kid. There's no such thing. We have kids that have issues, but you have to understand why they have these issues. Why are they acting this way? There's always a reason. It's not, oh, they just bad. No, it's not. They're not just bad. There's something that's triggering them to respond in this way. And if we're not getting to the root of it, it's like They feel like they by themselves. Don't nobody care about me. So yep, that's why I did it. That's why I shot them. Yep. Nobody care about me. You know, so it's just like if we just took the time to just love on our people a little bit more and just try to share some type of positivity and let them know that you're not alone. Whatever you think, whatever you're going through your mind, and you think that you by yourself, that's not the case. You can call me. If we could just give a little more of that, I think we'll be better. I think we can be better. That's just my opinion.
I loved it, man. But you know, I was hey, see, y'all wasn't expecting that from old Iris Darcel. I know you niggas thought we was just gonna be talking about some damn R&B. I fooled y'all.
Oh, it's a lot of me. It's a lot of me. We ain't got that much time.
Oh, we do part two for when the album come out. We gonna do part two. But Iris, I want to talk like that was so important. I just want to add one thing because that was perfectly said. In our day, we grew up with immediate consequences.
Oh,
and we knew we disrespected mama, grandmama, face was getting slapped, head was getting hit with whatever object was around. Extension cords, house shoes. We gonna get hit immediate.
Frying pans, brooms.
Black that dark ass cast iron frying pan. Shit. It did crack the couple skulls.
Woo. Yes.
But you know what though, Iris? What that did, and then in our day, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on to back to your acting and music. But in our day, when we went outside, we knew if we talk shit, it was immediate consequences. So we knew, hey, be prepared. Hey, if you say it, you better stand on that. Wasn't none of this shit where you a punk ass dude and you know you never gonna see him. If you call the dude a punk ass dude, oh, he gonna see you.
Oh, you gonna see him.
So you had, we knew it. So we had respect, and that's the biggest thing in this generation. When you take out discipline, you lose respect. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yes, I agree.
Y'all didn't know me. 2 Virgos can do that, did y'all? I said we ain't nothing to play with.
They ain't ready for 2 Virgos now.
So Iris, now I want to talk about acting, because obviously you're very creative, and acting is just another form of artistry. What is it that you enjoy about acting? What is it that you how did you get that acting bug? But you kind of got in the theatrics when you was at Persian, when you finally got your damn life together. But take us down that acting bug. Take me down there.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, like you said, it obviously was in me already. And then again, you know, with singing, that's acting as well. You have to act out your emotions. So the transitioning to being an actress wasn't hard at all. But I was brought in with doing my first professional play with Detroit artist called Jay McClain. She's a playwright, and I auditioned for her, and she loved me and was like, I want you to part of my play. And it was called Take Care of Home or Somebody Else Will. That was my first play. And it was sold out. And it was a wonderful experience, and it taught me a lot. And just being on stage and everything that's happening in the now. It's a difference between being on stage and doing movies. So I'll say that as well as 2 different things.
What are the 2 different things, Iris? You don't mind really quick just to kind of explain the difference between the 2?
Of course. So being on stage doing theater, it's everything is happening right then and there. There's no, we're gonna cut and start over. It's live. Everything is live. So if you mess up, you got a full audience. They're seeing everything. So that with theater, you have to improv and improvise a lot. Especially with your lines and stuff like that. It's like, if you forget a line, what's my line? You can't say with movies. You say, line, can I get a line? What's my line? And someone will feed you your line, and you remember what you're getting ready to say, what the scene was. When you're when you're doing theater and on stage, totally different. You got to use your own brain. You got to feed off of that person that you're in that scene with, and you just got to come off with stuff on top of the brain. You got to improvise, So that's the difference with shooting movies. It's like you have a lot of more takes. You have a lot of more chances to mess up and then come back and kill it. because it's just like, okay, they film something, they edit it out, whatever, and then you're done. Both of them is I enjoy doing both. But to get that live feeling and the real emotions and live time, it's nothing like it in theater. It's just like, just to get the reactions from the audience and the extra laughs and the, it's a whole different vibe. Just the whole vibe of it all in theater is just like, just a good experience. And then with the movies, shooting and stuff, it's like, it's cool too, but it's like, it doesn't lack that same uh the same vibe, because it's like, again, you go in there, you do your scene with your partner, whatever, or without, and it's like, okay, you say your line and hopefully you don't mess up. If you do, okay, cut, take two, take three, whatever. And you go back and forth, and it's like, okay, all right. And then it could take about some up to 8 hours to 12 hours just to film one little part. It all depends on the director and how they're feeling and what, if you said it right, and or if this wasn't right, okay, now we got to shoot over here. Now we got to shoot at this angle, and we got to shoot at this angle. So some people think that, doing movies is so easy, and it's really not. It's not. It's a lot. So if you're not ready to, sit and, or not necessarily sit, but work through, 8 to 12 hours being on set, sometimes longer, just depending on, the movie, the scene, the script, and however the director may feel at the time, you're going to be there pretty much for the whole day, or sometimes the whole night. And then if you have a regular 9 to 5 as well, it's like, oh God. So a lot of us actors and actresses, we have daytime jobs, and we still go for what we love to do. We enjoy doing it. For me, it's still new. I always say I'm expiring. I'm an expiring actress, because I'm not Holly Berry, nobody like that. I try to get there. You feel me? I'm very humble enough to know I ain't got no Academy Awards or nothing, so I'm still striving to do other things. But so far now, I have 4 movies under my belt. 2 of them now is on Tubi. Two of them is probably going to be released sometime later this year. We actually have one premiere that's coming up for one of the movies that I just got done doing, which is called Silent Screams. And that is going to be premiere. We have a premiere for that June 8th. So I don't know if you want to come down in the D and come see your girl.
I might have to come down. Hey, listen. Hey, I got one favor though. I'm not gonna ask you to be taking me around because you don't know where the hell to go. But just introduce me to some of them.
You're gonna be good. You're gonna be good.
All right. Because I'm like, Iris, where we going? I don't know, man.
But see, if I say that, it's gonna be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. And when you with me, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. It's gonna be all good vibes. All good vibes. All right. But yep. So, and then there's also another movie I'm in that's coming out, supposed to be sometime this year as well. It's called A Record in Time. And so I got those 2 coming out, and the 2 that I have now that's on Tubi was my first movie, was called What About Christmas? And that's with Jay McClain as well. She's the one who's also gave me the opportunity to be in her play. And she's also the first person who gave me the opportunity to be my first movie. So I have a lot of firsts with her. So I'm always going to show love and respect to her, because, she pretty much opened the door for me to kind of like, I kind of like this acting stuff. This is kind of like cool, So I just got bit by the bug doing that. So What About Christmas and Triangle of Love. Those are the 2 that is on Tubi now, and that I'm in.
Yeah. Well, we're not about to downplay 4 movies, and respectfully, I'm not gonna even accept expiring. I'm gonna say actress, because Halle Berry wasn't always Halle Berry, and I don't care who's now. I won't talk to the who's next, and you up next, and so we're gonna give flowers to that, because guess what? You got 4 movies, more movies than a whole lot than millions of people will ever have. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Because it takes courage to get up there and do that. So much respect to you, Iris, for that. Seriously.
Thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love.
No, for real, man. Don't downplay nothing. No.
I'm trying in these streets.
Yeah, we ain't downplaying shit. Everything we doing in 24 is big shit. Okay.
I know that's right. Yes.
All right. I know we coming up on our time. I apologize. Me and you started getting into social issues. Blah. I know my fault. I'm sorry, y'all, but
No, we got
hey,
deep. We got deep. It's okay. It's okay. Everything happened for a reason. Everything is a divine order. So it's supposed to
Iris will
happen.
get y'all back to church. She will get you in church too. Iris will drop your church. Everything is divine order. Okay, so question. I need your top 3 influences. Now, I'm not gonna ever ask you who is your singing style like. Your singing style is like Iris, goddamn it, Iris Darcel, who God made, not nobody else. But
you got my cheeks hurting.
see, that's just me. I ain't got no sense, Iris. I told you go look at the previous interviews. I ain't got no sense. Your 3 biggest musical influence, any genre, but who is it that you say, you know what? These are the 3 people that I really enjoyed the most, and I kind of, a little flavor, but I'm me, but I like what they do.
Okay, so you said 3. There's actually more than 3, but I'll give you 3.
Iris, give you 5. Iris greedy. She's so greedy. She did say she was greedy. Give her 5. Do you need 10, Iris? I'll give you 10, Iris.
Oh God. Okay, so number 1, of course, I want to say of course, but it's not only because she's my aunt, but because she's a phenomenal singer. And when I first heard her, I was 4 years old, and I didn't realize who she was at the time, because she's just my aunt. She's my regular aunt, which is Alicia Myers, and she's number 1. Look at his look. So yeah, so I gotta give my aunt props for sure.
Alicia Myers, your aunt.
Yes, I have to give props to my aunt, because she is one of my biggest inspirations, musical and just in life, period. So she's my blood aunt. A lot of people already know that. So some don't, because I don't go out and just be blasting who my people is. But a lot of people, close people that knows me, they know that's my aunt, and I'm the firstborn niece. And that's my real aunt, blood aunt. That's my mother's sister.
Hey, so, yeah. Hey, she making y'all know. Look, her mama and my mama got the same mama. Okay.
Because people be out here be capping, man. You gotta have receipts and stuff these days. So, however,
I mean, that's big time, Alicia. That's big time, man.
Yeah. So that's definitely one of my musical inspirations. She's number 1, and then number 2, Rochelle Farrell. Number 3, Phyllis Hyman. Number 4, Jill Scott. And then if we're gonna go
10, because I know you.
No, okay, no. So we're gonna go to the men's side of it. I would have to say Stevie Wonder, and then I have Stokely Williams from the Mint Condition. So I'll just stop there.
You stop at 6?
No, I like 6. So I got to do 1 more. I got to make it 7.
We got in on the even number, on the righteous number.
Yeah, we got so Stokely Williams from Mint Condition, and then who's my other one? I always I just got blank so quick. Because we're going vocal wise. Well, I'm just gonna say Michael Jackson.
Gotta be the top 7 somewhere, Iris.
I gotta put him in there.
Gotta put Mike in the top 7.
Yeah. So those are my musical inspirations right there. That's who I grew up on. That's who I've been listening to. That's kind of the genre that I go with, because my genre is pretty much R&B, soul. Although I sing everything, I'm not just in a box. Like, I listen to alternative rock, and I do opera as well. So there's like a lot of those things I'm going to be incorporating when my album comes out. It's gonna hear a lot. It's not just gonna be R&B. Only thing that you probably ain't gonna hear is country, because I don't really. Country is okay, but it doesn't feed my soul as much as everything else does. So.
Wow. Listen, that's the lady told me, if you play your cards right. That what the lady told me. If you play your cards right.
Okay.
I was about 4 years old. She told, if you play your cards right. I said, okay.
Yep, indeed. Yep.
Wow. Well, when is the album coming out? Let's wrap it up with upcoming projects. You told us about the movies, so we know about the movies. We got the June premiere. Let's talk about the music. When is the album? We got a time frame when you will want to come out if everything goes right, or
Can Can't put a time frame on it. I'm praying that everything happens this year. Like I said, I just got my band together, and so we're going to be doing some things. So I'm hoping that I want to at least release a single out if I don't do anything else. So I am working on a single to put out there just to give y'all some buzz to know I'm coming. So so I would say look forward into a single that's going to I'm hoping to try to bring that out towards early summer. That's what we're kind of shooting for the single. And then as far as the album, still kind of, still haven't had a set date on that yet and still working on that. But fingers crossed everything, happens how it's supposed to happen. So.
Well, you're on your way. Well, hey, when it come out, you got to come back to Cigar Chats with Mac. I want the exclusive album
you got
release.
a whole lot of exclusiveness tonight, so I got to come back.
Yeah, I want the official.
Listen, we locked in all the way now. We locked in all the way.
Virgo. Well, y'all heard it. The amazing, the intelligent, the beautiful, the gangster, the Christian, from the concrete to the church. Iris Darcel, the Detroit Goddess, got you covered, baby.
Thank
man,
you,
it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you. I'm gonna say this before you go. Any of them fine, beautiful, single Detroit women that want to come on Cigar Chats with Mac, you send them my way. They got an open invite. I want all the Detroit women. Bring them all.
So you want all of them? You just don't want one? You want all of them?
One.
You know what? We'll talk. We and you gonna talk.
Yeah, we'll talk offline because I get greedy with the Detroit women. I'll be wanting one on the east side. Give me two on the west
side. See, you can't do that. No. Okay.
No,
don't do that. Just take one. You only need one.
Yeah, I just need one Detroit girl.
One that's well-rounded.
Find me one from the concrete church. All right, y'all. Cigar Chats with Mac. We are out, man. Y'all make sure y'all go follow her. Iris. Oh yeah, shout out your Instagram, sweetie, so they can know where to follow you before we get out of here. Shout out your tag.
Okay. So on Instagram, it's Iris Darcel, the Detroit Goddess. Well, if you put Iris Darcel, it's gonna come up the whole thing. And then Facebook, it's Iris Darcel.
All right.
But I'm more so on Facebook than anything. I'm kind of old school a little bit, so I don't really be on Instagram like that. Just so y'all know, FYI, catch me on Facebook more, but I'm on both.
Okay, so hey, don't be sliding her DMs, Negroes, because she ain't on no damn Instagram. You have to holler her on Messenger. You got to her up old school Messenger on Facebook. Okay. Cigar Chats with Mac, we out.